What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you guys are notified each time we post a new video. So today we're bringing you guys with a video not common. We want to talk about some things that have been happening with Amelia.
Basically to just spread some awareness of the things that are not as common for babies but can still happen, and you just don't really know about it because it's just not that common. But the first thing we want to talk about is so lately Amelia's been getting sick, and that's why it's been tough on us, just because the first time she got sick we didn't really know why. She was like constipated, and she just had a lot of diarrhea afterwards, and then what else, she had fever.
She had a fever. And then she was just crying a lot. She was waking up in the morning. I mean, late at night. She would be like crying. We didn't know for what. Like, I thought I was like hitting her. Like, I would like hit her or something. She would wake up crying, but it turned out that wasn't it.
Yeah, I thought it was just maybe because she wasn't getting enough milk or something, but it wasn't it, because it happened I think a couple nights before we went to go get her checked, and she would always like kind of, when she moved, you could tell it was like something was bugging her in her stomach, and we didn't really like know what it was until we took her to the ER, and then they checked her and everything, and they said she was fine, but then they did a catheter so they could do a clean catch. And
guys, that was not pretty at all. It didn't even sound fucking.
No. It's
the worst thing that you could want. Like, the worst thing you can think of to happen to a baby.
Yeah, just because they are like...
If you're not... Well, explain what that is. Some people might know. Okay, go. Take over.
You better cut that part out.
No, go. Yes. Go.
So basically, a catheter, just because babies are so young and they're not able to control their bladder yet, they do a clean catch, which is basically no bacteria around it. So they put this like tube inside their
where they pee.
Urethra.
The pee hole.
Yeah,
there
the pee hole. Through their urethra, so they can get into the bladder and get a clean catch of urine. So basically that's what they had to do, just so they could test it out. But for our experience, the first time they did it, it was horrible. The nurse that helped us and everything, because honestly I never really seen one be put in or anything, especially I didn't even know they did it on babies. But the lady, well, Amelia was already feeling horrible and she was already fussy. We had been there for already like 5-6 hours waiting. She was just kind of over it. I think they had given her some Motrin and Tylenol to bring down her fever, and oh
no, her fever would come and go, remember?
Yeah,
she would be good for like
couple hours,
and then fever would hit like randomly. Should be hot, and then it would go away. And then I was kind of, when it hit, the last time it hit, we're like, okay, we got to take her to the hospital. So that's when we went to the hospital.
Oh, we took her because, remember, she was weak.
Yeah.
She was so, like, out of it. Like, this was, like, not Amelia at all. She wasn't crawling. She felt so, like, weak. And her face expression, like, she was, like, pale.
If you guys don't know Amelia, she's, like, the happiest baby ever. Like, she's always smiling. If she's not, either because she's hungry, or she just doesn't want to be in the tired, or she doesn't want to be in the same spot. Like, we're in the room most of the time. When she cries, it's because she wants to get out of the room and be outside and do whatever she wants to do. But that day it was just like,
she was like really like out of it. Like, I would try to talk to her and she was like not even there. So that's what worried us. And then that's when we took her to the ER, and I think it was around 2 that we took her, maybe 1, 2, and we were waiting till they got, like, we got called up. They like checked her. They checked her that she had a fever.
At that point, it was really packed too. So
yeah, there was a lot of people. It was on a Sunday. But we were waiting, and then they like checked us in, and then we were waiting in the room, and they said that they were gonna do the catheter, and I didn't think it was gonna be the way it happened. But the nurse that helped us, she like seemed really rushed, and obviously Amelia was crying because she didn't want to be restrained, so we were trying to hold her down, and I thought, I knew it was a tube that they had to put in, but the way she put it in was so rough that Amelia was just shocked by like the pain, and she just started crying uncontrollably, and me and Jose were just like, what the fuck.
And mind you, I was the one holding her hands, so she was looking at me like as it happened. So I saw her face expression when it happened, and it was like I got pissed. Like I got really mad because she had this going in her, and then there's nothing I can do. And then the way they did, Yajaira explained to me how they did it. And it was really just rough. Furious. Like it just really pissed me off. I almost hit a wall. That's how pissed I was. The doctor even saw, like, he saw my face, and like I think I even said the F word.
Yeah.
Like I was like just how pissed I was. And then after Yajaira like explained to me how and it was this old lady. You know how old ladies are. I don't even want to get into that, but yeah, it was an old lady.
But I thought that's how it had to be done, because I've never seen one be put in, so I thought it was like that. But I'm just like, fuck, like that was so rough. And Amelia was crying, and then we waited. So once they tested her, they diagnosed her with the UTI, which is a urinary tract infection. And we were just kind of like, how would she even get that, you know? Because we clean her all the time. We try to change her diaper as soon as she's like gone to the bathroom. But the doctor,
we're going through diapers like left and right.
Yeah, because like, we just like
as soon as she peed, we would change it. My mom would be like let her be like in the diaper for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, we want to change her, you know. But go ahead.
But yeah, the doctor at that point, she hadn't explained this to us why she got it, but from reading, obviously we realized that it was because sometimes that bacteria goes into the urethra, and since the babies are so young, and then it's so like small, it just like gets in there, something like that. But basically that's happened like at the end, towards the end of October. They gave her antibiotics. We had to be giving her Tylenol and Motrin to keep her fever down. That night when we got home, I would feed her, and I think I woke up like around 4 in the morning, and she was like super hot, like the hottest I've ever felt her. And we were just like, what the heck? So at that time, Jose went to, because we only had Tylenol at that time, so Jose went to go buy Motrin as well as Pedialyte, because he said not to breastfeed her right now and give her Pedialyte. And he bought it, and he came. I gave her the Motrin and the Tylenol. Her fever went down, but she would not take the Pedialyte. So we had to give her like rice water. I don't know, my mom said it was like good for her for now, not to give her milk, because they said that maybe that was affecting her. After that, so we give her I think it was 7 days of the antibiotics. She finished them off. She was doing a lot better. This time around, we just triple checked that it was all clean down there, because we were just scared that it could happen again. And even before, we would always like clean her, well, we thought we would clean her right. We just don't really know how it would happen, because we would, like we said, we would change her as soon as she went to the bathroom. We made sure we were cleaning her. But this time around, we were freaking like exaggerating on how we cleaned her, especially Jose.
Not you.
Well, I was checking more often how to clean it. But after that, she seemed to be doing good. She returned to her regular self. Like I said, we were cleaning her like more often. So just if you do have a new baby, or if you're a girl in general, I mean, it can happen to guys too, but it's more common in females. Just make sure you always clean from front to back, and make sure that you're like as careful as possible, especially like using clean like wipes or like paper, like the toilet paper. Just making sure you're like very careful down there, because it is a sensitive area, and any type of bacteria can like affect you really bad, since it is so close to the urethra and like the bladder and all that stuff.